Tom Harwood's in the studio with us. What should we read into that?
I think we need to be very, very careful and very tentative about what has happened so far, because, of course, we only have the Russian side of the story. We know that the Americans have been monitoring overhead with satellite and aerial photography for quite some time, so it would be worth seeing whether they corroborate what is going on, because on the one hand, it could be a de-escalation after a huge amount of international pressure. We know that the German Chancellor is in Russia at the moment. We've had the French President, the British Prime Minister, the British Foreign Secretary, the British Defence Secretary, all of these people getting involved, and of course the Americans as well, presenting a relatively united front on what might be a heavy sanctions package. Potentially that's that international pressure starting to work. The military pressure as well, our aircraft carrier up around Norway, our battle groups, the incredible amount of actually military hardware that has been sent out by Britain and other countries. Potentially that pressure is starting to work, although we have no idea right now how many numbers have moved away from the Ukrainian border, if this is simply diversionary tactics from the Kremlin before they want to lull us into a false sense of security. What is going on right now is still very murky, but that's how Russia likes to play it. Russia likes to create senses of confusion and chaos. Yeah. It has always been thus.
And the statement saying, you know, after our manoeuvres, after our exercises...
That was all it was.
That's all it was. What do we read into the phone conversation last night between Boris Johnson and Joe Biden?
This was a moment for the Prime Minister that I think will have solidified the US-UK relationship, which has been the driving force in the more robust response to this crisis. We've seen that on continental Europe, the countries that are more dependent on Russian gas than we are, and America is, of course, basically energy independent at this stage. They have much more ease of manoeuvre. The UK-US alliance is incredibly crucial here in coordinating the Western response and seeing how NATO moves forward through this crisis. So that phone call is very important. The readout from the phone call that we received last night said that the two leaders promised to remain in close contact. And of course, with Boris Johnson chairing a Cobra committee today and this situation not looking like it's vanishing anytime soon, that close contact will be very important as the days go on.
Just a final thought. We heard the announcement from the US's decision to relocate their embassy out of Kiev to a town called Lviv in western Ukraine. We also know that Melinda Simmons, our ambassador to the UK, is remaining in Ukraine. Will she be remaining in Kiev, do we know? Are there any plans to copy America in that respect?
So we've done a bit of a halfway house. Some of the UK embassy staff have moved to the west of the country, but a contingent has remained in Kiev because there are still British nationals in that part of the country who the UK feel it's proper and right to deal with on location. So yes, some UK Foreign Office staff have moved, but some have stayed as well.